There we go. Just for Mike, I'll pull my trousers down.
What, does it annoy him?
But Mike Britton reckon they ought to have longer overalls. But no struggle to get long enough overalls.
No, keep annoying people. It keeps them interested then. They start watching.
Start eating just to annoy our Mike.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true. Oh, I had Bert on the phone as well.
Oh, yes, so did I.
He said, I've been listening to you two moaning. He said, who's got an hour to listen to you two moan? He said, 20 minutes, yeah, I can listen to you moan. But he said, an hour of you moaning. Oh, God, it's too much. It's too much moaning.
Not that bad, surely.
No, well, I thought that we were being informative and enlightening people, but obviously we're just moaning.
Well, yeah.
So
we're of an age where moaning is just part of our daily routine.
I think the problem is the vast majority of people have the attention span of a goldfish.
Yeah.
Well, but of course, because we haven't ventured into making this audio only, which we kind of thought that it's what we were going to do. Yeah. Yeah. Since it's all video, then people have to kind of, I'll watch it as well, rather than just having it playing. If it was just audio only, and you could just set the audio off and shut your phone down, and then go about your day just listening, then it might be different.
Well, and that's the bit that we need to boss, is converting it to a podcast, because that's what it was meant to start as, was a podcast. But all we've done is video.
Yes.
But what we have got is a back catalogue, because this is number 16.
Boom.
So,
we haven't given up yet. Don't know why.
God loves a trier.
Very true. But anyway,
so yeah,
we've been sticking at it. But I can't complain at you too much about, or complain that things haven't happened with. It's not audio only, and it hasn't, just because I've done nothing to do with the editing at all. I sit here, I spout bollocks.
Yeah.
And then I start clicking my fingers going, when's the next video up, James? Come on, chop.
Yeah.
Because of the 20 views that we've had, I'll be at least 2.
Well, yeah, I'll be several of that. I do set off, although it is annoying, because if I need to refer to my phone for something, I do set off videos on there that are on as podcasts on YouTube and play them through my radio in here so I can listen to them. That's what I've been doing while I've been putting this one together. So but then it is irritating when you need your phone for the pictures you've taken when you were dismantling it. You have to stop. Whereas if it's a proper podcast, it just keeps playing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, yeah, we will get there. But we have we've got a back catalogue of episodes.
Indeed.
So yeah.
But you say, with getting hold of your phone when you're in the middle of something, grabbing hold of your phone isn't the top priority. I'm really bad for this. I keep forgetting whenever I'm doing something or in the middle of something, it might be entertaining to take a few pictures and help it to illustrate things in Profi.
Yeah.
Like if I'm writing about it. I will completely forget. I can be arse deep in the back of a tractor or trying to mend something or having a massive problem with something. The last thing in my mind when I'm contorted is to think, I know, I'll wrestle into my pocket and try and get my nice clean phone and get hold of it with my greasy hands and try and contort it into a position where I can take a picture. Because I'll admit, I've tried it once or twice. I've thought, oh God, I really should take a picture of this. So I've got myself out, half cleaned myself up so I can handle my phone, and got it contorted in somewhere and taken a picture, and it's crap. It doesn't illustrate a thing at all. All you can see is just everything's got a sheen of oil on it to start with, so everything's reflecting off the flash. And then you get no depth perception, and it's just like a bit of a picture of, what am I looking at here? It could be upside down, it could be the wrong way around. It could be something that you've been fighting with for hours, and you're trying to show just how crap it is in there. And it's such a fight. And then you pull your phone out and you're looking through. You take 2 or 3 pictures as well because you don't know where you're aiming. And you're looking at them all and you think, oh, this is bollocks. And it is unusable.
Yeah.
So then you're thinking, well, next time I'm not going to bother, and you don't.
Yeah.
But anyway, talking about working on cars, James.
Yeah. We've just put the mocker back together and started it, and it ran, and it didn't leak anything.
Yeah. No leaks.
We have just been wrestling with a clip that was in the most awkward place I've still got the bumper to put back on, which is, yeah, I got it off by myself, but putting it back on myself is going to be a fight. So that's the next job after this, is put that back on. But that's the trouble was I had the fan belt and I had it in my, the diagram that came with it wasn't very clear, and I put it on and it was too long. And I rung the people who supplied it and said, I think this is too long. They said it's the right one, and I'm like, if it doesn't fit. So then Hugh came and I said, look at this, see how am I getting this wrong? And we've worked it out, and it is like fair play, it is the right one. It was just I had it the wrong way round one pulley. Yeah, I couldn't work out the way it was going. I could not work that out. I'd looked at it for hours
because on the diagram, the pulleys are this way offset, but on the car they're like that.
Yeah, so
it's. You then trying to decide which one needs to pull around, because you know which way the tensioner, you know which way that's pulling.
Yeah.
So you're kind of trying to work with it to take up the slack. So you kind of knew which way around roughly it needed to go, but we tried a few different times before we got it right.
Yeah. You know which way it's got to go around the idlers as well. And you know which way it's got... anyway. But anyway.
Because looking at it, when I first went up there, under there, and put it on how... I thought, being methodical about it, how it would work best. Put it on, no, flapping in the breeze. No, this isn't working, is it?
That's sometimes it, isn't it? That's like just getting a second pair of eyes, or walking away from something and coming back to it can be worthwhile. Just otherwise, you sort of work you work yourself into a corner mentally, and you're like,
the frustration and because the problem is, the more frustrated you get, the more you want to force something to just work.
Yeah, and the less sort of common sense occurs and applies to a situation. Like you mentally, you just end up getting angry and unhelpful.
Why is this just not working?
Yeah. So and you've been working on a Manitou this morning.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but it was just awkward. Just putting a new fan on, because it was running on basically someone had a bit of an accident that hit the radiator into the fan, knocked all the blades off the fan. Radiator fine, radiator perfect. I don't know what it's made of.
Right.
But the fan came off a very poor second.
Right.
But because we were struggling to get hold of a fan at the time, on farm there's an old 410 JCB, so we robbed the fan off that,
right,
and put it onto the. It was just a few less fins on and smaller diameter,
right.
But it fit up with it being, they're both Perkins.
I was going to say they must be,
yeah. Anyway, same stud pattern, everything, banged that on, and that's been keeping it right, because it's not getting its arse handed to it. It's just pootling about. But the time had come. It wanted a new fan belt on it, and as per usual, on those Manitous, they always try and anything that's bolted to the engine, it tries to shake off. So that one of the bolts had sheared holding the alternator on. So I thought, right, well, we'll just do all three. We'll put new fan blade on, we'll put the belt on, and sort the alternator out at the same time. But just trying to get the fan blade, because it's injection molded plastic.
Yeah.
And all the shut lines are sharp as hell.
Nice.
And I was sort of stood on the back of the Manitou, trying to reach down between and pull the radiator back, but reach down to sort of try and doing bolts up. And just ends up cutting your arm, and just hard to work on. Everything's just.
So that's something like I've just said when we were trying to put this back together. Like when you're trying to work out how to get something to bits, I always end up thinking, well, it was put together. In a factory, and they designed it to be put together as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Granted, it wasn't probably designed to come to bits quickly, but it has to come to bits somehow.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes you sat there and you're like, why the hell is this not coming to bits? What are we doing wrong? And like trying to work it out. And then actually, you just have to think, well, yeah, somebody put this together who was paid like £12.50 an hour on a production line, so it was quickly. They've only got a certain amount of time per station to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it shouldn't be too intricate.
No.
However, the problem then comes in that putting that piece on at that point, brilliant, quick,
Yeah.
just straight and simple. However, there could be another person further down the line that puts something over the top of that, just in one little corner where one tiny little shitty bolt's hidden. Someone else has gone and whacked something over the top of that. There you go.
Yeah.
You'll never see that.
No.
And then you're wrestling with it and you're thinking, this is still attached somewhere.
Yeah. The amount of times that I've put something on this and it's come off again because I'd forgotten something or missed something. Or yeah. Anyway, it's back together and it started and it ran. So we'll put the bumper on it after we've done this.
Yep. So many wires, so many clips. And
Yeah. Anyway, it's.
But I was really sort of, I was surprised when I came in and I saw head back on and everything done up and damn near ready to rock. I thought, God, there's a lot of crap involved in that.
Well, yeah. But anyway, moving on. So, yeah.
What?
Dilemma, family vehicle dilemma. We talked about it.
We did. We talked about how you can find yourself what you think is the perfect family car. And then next thing you know, you take your eye off the ball, there's a momentary lapse of concentration, and next thing you know, there's another baby on the way.
And then you have the moment when you realise actually the car we've got that we want to keep is not fit for purpose because you can't get 2 full-size car seats and your 9-year-old in the middle because there's about that much room. And there's not a lot to Zoe, but she isn't ever going to fit in that gap.
No.
So.
And your husband.
Oh yeah. Well, that was just to do the school run, and we were going to go in convoy anywhere else.
Yeah.
So we had a ride out on Monday. We were meant to go out on Friday night for a meal because some friends said they'd babysit, but then Lucinda wasn't going to bed properly, and it was going to be a nightmare, and it was going to be stressful because it was just going to be a fight. So I said, sack that off. We'll go out for lunch on Monday.
Right.
And we said, right, well, we'll go and look at cars as well. So we basically had a day of riding around, doing jobs. So went to laser cutters, the powder coaters, went to...
Well, if you're going to be out anyway...
Yeah. So it was a day riding around, doing jobs.
Also, you can write this off, can't you? It was all business.
Went to Harrogate to look at cars and had some lunch in Harrogate. And then we went to a Ford garage because we were looking at Galaxies or S-Maxes.
Yeah.
7-seater cars, but wasn't just convinced. Anyway, we went to, they don't make them anymore, and we didn't get on very well at the Ford dealers, so we went for lunch. Then on the way back out Harrogate, I was on the phone and driving, hands-free. On the left-hand side, there was this second-hand...
But still badly.
Yes.
I was legal, but it was bad.
And there was a load of vans in there. I was like, hang on, hold her up, threw it in, and they had these like crew vans, which I'd sort of said to Lindsay about this one, like you get like 3 in the front, 3 in the middle, and then a big boot.
Huge, voluminous.
Because the problem is, a lot of the 7-seat cars, you can have 7 seats, but you have no space for anything else.
No.
Or if you had 6 seats, you have one down, you still don't have that much room. So anyway, went and looked at this. They had quite a few of these type of vehicles in there. So I had a look at them, and granted, it was like a bench seat in the front to get you 3 across the front.
Yeah.
Which didn't look ideal, but for the bit where there would be all 6 of us, it probably looked fine.
Yeah.
So anyway, we set off to come away from there, and then as we were turning around, somebody landed in the yard in one of these vehicles, and Lynn said, I think I recognise her. So we sort of turned around and set off, and she says, I'm sure that's one of the school mums. So I was like, right. So we backed her up, swing her in, and I didn't recognise her, but went and said, are you so-and-so? And she said, oh yeah. And she sort of recognised me. So I said, right, Lindsay, come and have a word with this lady. And she basically sold her on these vans. Absolutely sold her. She says, I love it. It's brilliant. And they got one of these where it's actually a 9-seater.
Oh, God.
So it's 3 and 2 in the front. And she said...
Oh, really? Oh, their timing is way off then, is it?
Well, yeah, they've got 5, to be fair, 5 kids. So anyway, she said, if I had one, I would have one with... the problem with the 3 in the front is it's a bench seat and it's not very comfortable. It's not a full seat. So basically, Lindsay said, right, that's what we're getting then. We're getting one of them. And I did play the card of, I've been saying that for a while. And she's like, no.
As soon as you get the answer that you were pushing for anyway, leave it. Just drop it, all right? There is no need for, I've been saying this for a while, dear. No, just don't, all right? You've got your answer. You know you were right. You knew you were right at the start. But just...
So Lindsay's reply was, it was the lady that convinced me. You were never going to convince me. It was her. 'Cause she's a mum. She's had to drive it.
She's
had to do it.
Yeah.
And I granted, yeah, I'll grant you that. Yeah, she's like talking from her perspective. So yeah, I can get where she's coming from. So anyway, we bought one.
There you go.
And we picked it up this morning.
Cool.
That's why I wasn't here quite as... That's why I said hang fire. Because
it's all right, don't
we were
worry.
meant to go and fetch it yesterday, but then Lindsay had a bit of a trip to hospital just to have a checkup. And so we went and fetched it. And yeah, it's a 64 plate Ford Transit Tornado. So it's 9 seats. 2 in the front, 3 and 3. It's massive. It's a long wheelbase as well. So it's like, I think it's going to be longer than the pickup, or there's not going to be a lot in it. So anyway, yeah. And the best bit is, it came from Colburn.
Oh, right.
Someone in exactly the same situation as us. So it hasn't done a lot. It's done 75,000 miles. Granted, it was more than I wanted to spend, but touch wood, it should be right. And in fairness, it's fairly well spec'd. Heated seats, heated windscreen, digital radio, air conditioning, and like heaters throughout. So it's got massive heater in the back. Yeah.
I had 9 seater
seats, yeah.
and long wheelbase. I would think you've future-proofed yourself anyway.
Well, there's another way of doing that.
There is.
If I was an appointment with a doctor.
There is. True.
I think...
Very true, but, you know.
Yeah.
Are you hiring out for like kids' parties? Oh, that's what's happening. No, that's how you're paying for it.
Yeah.
You're going Ubering.
Uber in Wednesdale.
Yeah.
We're the first Uber in Wednesdale.
I don't know. I dare say people already are at it, but...
Well, yeah, possibly.
Who wants a load of agri-louts in the... spewing up in the back of your van? Oh.
So
That's what cattle trailers are for.
Yeah,
straw.
well, yeah. There's a stag doing well to plan that's probably going to end up. It may end up being used for that. So yeah, that's that's got, and we're going to sell the Audi to sort of recoup some of the expense, but I've actually decided to keep it because, and rightly or wrongly, like. If I want to go down south, like a big trip down south, and I don't need to take a big vehicle, like I'll do quite a few journeys where it's just shoot down south, do something. Like a lot of lap time work is just go fit 2 or 3, and it'll be like go to Anglesey, or go to, and like I did a trip last year, Anglesey, down to Dorset, across to Oxford and back home. Did a lap, and doing that in a pickup is just tedious.
Yeah.
I think I did actually go in the pickup to do that, but it's just a ball ache. And the car's so much easier. And better on feel.
How? How is it easier?
I don't know. I really do not know. It's manual, so it shouldn't be easier.
No. I was going to say, you're sat in traffic and automatic is awesome.
Well, yeah. It's just, I don't know, it's just quicker, nippier.
I'll admit, legally, it's quicker.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
And yeah,
just
less
don't go
fuel.
Yeah, fuel is a winner. That's the other thing, right? This is what does annoy me. So I got busted for going through Bristol in it because I somehow completely missed the fact that it's got a...
Oh, is it one of those clean air zoned? Oh.
So the first thing I knew about that, because I think there's loads of signs, and obviously I'm an idiot for missing them, but I think I'm just focused on where I'm going, not paying attention to that. So then next thing you know, you get a 60 quid fine through the post. You're like, what the hell is this for? And the best bit is, if I'd got it pickup, I wouldn't have had to pay it, even though I'd have used so much more fuel.
Yeah.
On the whole journey, It used twice as much fuel. So never just avoid cities with it. But that's fine. 'Cause I don't like them anyway. So yeah, we're keeping the Audi as well, just because it'd just be handy to have. Because I was thinking about could like swap it, just get a cheap Golf or a cheap like A3 or something like that, just for something to nip to the shops where you're not taking either a massive bus or a chuffing pickup. And Linz just says, well, why don't we just keep the Audi? We like it. We know its history. Just keep it. I'm like, nah, sold. That's happening.
I think your wife and my wife need to sit down and have a few meals with her and just let your wife sort of rub off on mine a bit, as in, well, why don't you just keep it? I think you should. Yeah, no, that's a bloody good idea, is that? Yeah. That's game on.
Yeah. And in fairness, the other issue is where we're going to park one of them, but that's been solved as well. Because there's plenty of space where we live, but we don't want to just annoy the neighbours or annoy the landlord. So I've just asked, can we do that? And he said, help yourself. Like, right, that'll do. So yeah, we're not in the way when we're parking it. Well, we're going to park the pickup on the other side, between two buildings.
There you go.
And the car and the van will leave in the yard. So yeah, so that's one issue solved. Which, yeah, so yeah, it's quite funny because I don't think I've ever been so unexcited about a vehicle purchase.
Yeah, because it's someone's forcing your hand. It's out of necessity.
Yeah, and I didn't want to spend the money, and the fact I've spent the money is now like, how fast can I ever get that back? But it's the right thing to do.
Out of a car?
Well, no, that's right. Well, no, I didn't.
They're just a necessity.
Yeah, I depreciated at it. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So anyway, but it's the right thing to do, and it ticks a lot of boxes. So
yeah, I would think so.
And the girls are
9
excited.
seats.
But this is what I don't work out is me and Lindsay are like, we'll sticker it up, put JF Hudson on it, and the girl's like, no, you're not doing that. You've got your pickup. If you want to sticker a vehicle up, you sticker up your pickup. You're not sticker up the van. I'm like, oh, right, okay. I don't.
Just be happy it's been accepted.
Well, they're really excited for it to be. Yeah. So yeah.
So you've pressed it into use already. It's got the child seats in and.
Oh no, we shot to pick it up, drove it back to house, had a quick look at it, and then I came down here.
Done.
So yeah, we were meant to go out for it yesterday afternoon, but that didn't happen. Just Lindsay ended up in hospital, so we.
How very inconsiderate of her.
Shot for it this morning. Yeah. But that is number one priority, so yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's that. So yeah, one topic that I messaged earlier about.
Go on, get it off your chest.
Meat.
Fake meat.
From a different perspective.
Oh.
So obviously, we have quite a lot of reasons not to agree with it, or...
Yeah. Can I just ask, fake meat, you mean vegetable-based protein that people are messing with to make it textured or feel or taste like meat?
Well,
or are you talking about weird Frankenstein stuff that's been grown in a lab?
Well, yeah, that. The lab-grown stuff.
Yeah.
Corn's one of them. That's like... Anyway. Vegetables that have been remade into...
Yeah, like your tofu-based nonsense.
Yeah, not really bothered about that.
Texturised.
But it's the lab-grown stuff and this ultra-processed meat is probably where we're going with it. Because the issue I have, it's not an issue, but it's just something that I've become aware of, is the government, in the past, like we're of an age where the government have said, do this, or they've pushed
There's incentives there.
Yeah. They've pushed a narrative, I think they call them, or whatever it is.
Yes. Yeah.
Example being, probably mid-90s, 2000s, they said, buy a diesel car. They're so much better than petrol.
Yeah.
And at the point when they started doing that, diesel was cheaper than petrol. So everyone went out and bought a diesel car.
Yep.
And ran diesel vehicles. And diesel has been dearer than petrol for a long time since then. So that's what I'm sort of talking about. There's normally a reason why the government are...
Yeah.
So, there isn't any VAT on food. Yeah?
No.
So there's no VAT on meat. There's no VAT on vegetables. There's no VAT on food that hasn't been processed.
Yeah.
But ultra-processed foods has VAT on it. they can charge VAT on processed food. And not only that, but you think about this, they can, so there's a lot more profit. The companies that are making this stuff are making a lot of money out of doing it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
So the government also get corporation tax increase from those companies that are making, they're getting hold of corporation tax that they wouldn't be getting from normal food. Because you've got companies that are making it, that are making a massive profit, and as a result paying corporation tax.
So are you talking about the VAT? Basically, these companies they're buying the meat in without VAT.
No.
But then their VAT comes on, they are then doing a process to this meat, and it is that process, the cost of that process and what have you, where the VAT is then incurred.
Yeah. So we're not necessarily buying the meat in, but buying the fake equivalent, like alternative.
Oh.
That because it's they can apply VAT to that. Because it's lab grown and not produced through a normal farming process. So the government have an incentive to push fake meats because they get VAT that they wouldn't get off the equivalent from a normal route, and they'll also get an increase in corporation tax that they wouldn't normally get.
I suppose, yeah, but there's a lot of, in the production of real meat. This is very unprofessional.
Okay, mine's still
I
on.
do apologise. The problem is it's my VAT. I'll press this message thing, and then it says, "Can I call you later?" Sorry, can't talk right now. Let's see what comes back.
You better add.
It could be disastrous, I don't know.
Yeah, answer the phone.
Yeah. We'll wait and see. I'll keep you updated, people.
So yeah, that's the sort of, because there's a lot of time. I had a friend who's sadly not here anymore, but he always said the root of all evil is money and religion.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
So yeah,
There's a lot of bad shit goes on in the name of both of those.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And they're not necessarily as bad as some stuff that goes on, but equally, there's an ulterior motive to make fake meat happen. Regardless of the environment and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I still don't think that there's a lot of farmland
Yeah,
around and about where you would struggle to make anything.
pay.
You would struggle to struggle to grow a crop.
Yeah,
Whereas this land, you will quite happily kick a sheep onto it, and the sheep will look after itself. The sheep will eat all that rubbish and turn it into meat.
yeah. Because it's got the design to
Because
do.
it's, yeah. Well, a lot of the time, you see these little quotes of, oh, well, the UK's so much acreage of farmland or whatever, and it should be able to do blah-de-blah-de-blah. And you think, well, no, hang on. There's different classes of farmland.
Yeah.
There's grade A arable land where you could, throw a bit of seed on the ground and, oh, there we go, bumper crop. Or there's peat bog.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right then, go on. Drop your plough in there, sunshine, see how you come on.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah,
Not seeing you again.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just, and yet the people, I don't know, there's a lot of news that just wants to be represented with just headline grabbing little sound bites or thumbnails or, they want to say something outrageous and then people end up reading their news.
Well, in fairness,
It's how the news seems to be going.
yeah, but it's annoying because Farmers Weekly are really bad for that.
Yeah.
The headlines they write, they're just like, it's to get engagement online, and I understand it, but it's just irritating because it's just.
I know, but you see a lot of these people that have channels on the internet, and they are just. A lot of it is attention grabbing.
Oh yeah.
There's maybe a headline of something along the lines of, "Oh no, I did it again,"
Yeah.
and someone with sort of the head in the hands going, "Ooh, whoopsie daisy," which naturally people are then inclined to go, "I wonder what that was,"
yeah.
and you know, and click, which is fine. I mean, it's human nature. It's how it happens. But
because also, in fairness, the thing with Farmers Weekly is if they can sort of say, well, we've got this much engagement, they can then go to the advertisers and say, look, we had this many views on our stuff.
oh,
last
absolutely,
week.
it's all statistics, yeah.
Yeah.
But your big thing with what fake meat is,
It's just that
it's
the
another
money.
load of bollocks.
I just think it's wrong. But my point was that there's an incentive for the government to push it and from a financial point of view.
Yeah, but I would say that corporations are very efficient with their tax.
Well, yes, they are. Yes, I would agree with that.
I would say that they're far more efficient with their tax than your livestock farmer. Your livestock farmer, if they have made any profit, even if they haven't, they have spent everything that has come in on producing that meat anyway.
Yeah.
They're not holding on to it.
No.
It's not in the pockets. They're not taking it. Oh, I want everything.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes into the pockets, it's back out again. It's back in circulation. It's back in the system. It's back with the feed companies.
Yeah.
It's back with the medicine companies. It's back.
Yeah.
It's back out there. No one's holding on to it. No one.
But yeah.
Despite what the HMRC might think and my tax bill, I'm not holding on to it. I don't know what you're asking for because I haven't got it. It wasn't there in the first place. And I haven't squirreled it away. There isn't some magical pot of, you made this amount. No, I didn't. It's not there.
Yeah.
I haven't frittered it away.
Yeah.
I'd like
to. Yeah.
I would. I'd like to. You know, just, let's all go on holiday and let's do this, that and the other. And no.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. Well, anyway.
And my fancy clothes. Yeah, that's where it's all going. But anyhow.
That branded hoodie, the best bit is these are like 16 quid. The hoodies are 16 quid to buy. And then you put your logo on it, it's like 20 quid.
Yep.
It's cheaper than like buying clothes out of a shop to have something that's my name on it.
Yes. And how old is that now?
Oh, yeah, this is some age on it.
Yeah.
Probably 8-year-old. It's wrong, to be fair, because I've updated the logo. So,
It's expendable now.
yeah.
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 We used to get those rag bags, didn't we?
Yeah.
For tidying up in here.
Well,
and you'd be pulling clothes out of them, and they were better than what I was wearing.
This one, it's over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, people have thrown out better clothes.
Beggars belief. You'd be pulling out a top, and you'd be thinking,
Hugo Boss.
Yeah. For a start, this doesn't have holes in.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I have condemned a few of these because they had holes in the arms. Like they were absolutely shot at. There were holes in the arms. They were all knackered at the front. So, yeah.
It's all that high quality leaning you must do, James.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Chatting. Fighting with vehicles is what's done it.
Oh, God.
Anyway, we will bash on.
Yeah, we'll have to call it a draw at that.
We'll have to try and edit out the barking dogs.
I don't think it's possible.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully these microphones might make it a bit easier, but anyway, we'll see. So, yeah.
We'll find out, won't we?
Quick and cheerful. So, yeah, thanks very much for watching. And
Job done.
Best get some work done.
Yeah, let's get the face back on this mocker and then kick it out the door.
We'll just show you it, to be fair. So that's what a Vauxhall Mocker looks like with no bonnet, no bumper. So, yeah, all that's been out. All this has been off. Down in there. Yeah, so there we go. Job's good.